Buddy, happy new year. Hope everybody is starting their new year off with a bang. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about inspections. Obviously, we know inspections are one of the most important things that our buyers can do. They give them a ton of protection. In very rare instances, should we ever ask or suggest that a buyer waive an inspection. However, in most situations, I think we do want to shorten inspections, especially in a competitive offer situation. You should expect that your inspectors can get out and get an inspection done within 7 days. That's about what we're seeing right now, sometimes a little sooner, sometimes a little bit later. Now, what's your role during the inspection? I think some agents think that their role during the inspection is to follow the inspector and the client around and be there for the client. I hear this often. I want to be there for my client. Well, by being there for your client in that role, you are putting yourself in a litigious position. What happens if the inspector misses something? Guess what? In a court of law, we've seen it happen where if you are the one who is supervising that inspection, you could be liable. So while I understand why you might want to be at the inspection, and you do have a role, which I'll talk about in a minute, when you're at the inspection, sit at the kitchen table, sit at the living room table, do some computer work, and let the inspector and the client go ahead and check out the home. The lender doesn't come to the home when you're doing showings. The inspector doesn't come to the home when you're doing showings. This is the time for the client and the inspector. Now, where do you come in? Where's your role? Couple of things. One, you can use the dialogue that inspections are for informational purposes only, and they're designed to find the big stuff. That's really what an inspection is. And you can set that trend and expectation for your client before the inspection. Another area where you might come into play and where you should come into play is as a consultant after the fact, okay? So a lot of times the inspector's job is to find absolutely everything. I mean, you might have a 4-page document about ivy growing on the brick, all right? Most of these things are not a concern. It is your role as a real estate agent to help them understand what is important, what they should ask for. Understand that inspections are not for negotiations. They are not to retrade or renegotiate the deal. They are to catch big things and to protect the client. Use those dialogues throughout the selling process. Inspections are for informational purposes only. They are not to renegotiate the contract, and you are going to have a lot less issues. Talk to you soon. Thanks.